How to incorporate the barbell into your retirement plan. So I was working with these legends. Oh, whoa. Got to introduce the PVC pipe of knowledge. The PVC pipe of knowledge. Save the watchtower. Save the watchtower. And you know this is the original PVC pipe, because I got that right there. And we got the green tape. Someone, some silly goose said, you should file that off and make it straight. So then it's not the original PVC pipe of knowledge, is it? Anyway, so I'm working with these legends today. They're in California, and they're getting ready to go on like a 3-week cruise or something like that. And they already paid me my heavy fee. And I was like, we got to talk before you go on your cruise, man. And they're leaving tonight or tomorrow or something like that. I said, so let's make some time this morning to talk. And I didn't realize they're in California. So we met at 9 a.m. Eastern time for me in Georgia, and that was like 6 a.m. their time. I was like, damn, I didn't know that. But he works in construction, so he's used to getting up early. But I was like, I didn't realize we were meeting that early. But they're, anyway, just legends. And so this is their situation. They got $800,000 in retirement accounts. They're going to spend $100,000 a year, about $8,300. That's everything, to include income taxes, health insurance, the whole thing. They might be able to spend less if we reduce it for Obamacare, but we didn't do that. We're just saying, hey, $8,300 a month. Is that going to be good? Like, yep, absolutely. Now that includes a couple things. Anyway, they're going to get his full retirement age is $3,600 a month. She'll get half of that, so $64,800 between them when they're 67. All right. She has a small pension from working at a like an Albertsons or something like that, grocery store, $7,000, which will start at 62. He has a small pension from working at a utility, which will start when he's 65. So they got 22. When he is 65, they'll have $22,000 a month in their pensions, plus reduction in Social Security by about 15% because of 2 years before his full retirement age. So when he's 65, they're going to have $77,000 a year of guaranteed income. All right. Now they only have $800,000, but they're not going to be able to. There's no money other than $7,000 right here coming in before he hits 65. So we need 4 years of basically $100,000 a year. 4 years. How are we going to do that? Well, it's easy. We're going to do a barbell. All right, so 4 years. So we times that by 4, that equals $400,000. We put $400,000 into cash, money market, CDs, short-term bonds. I don't care. Oh, am I wearing the same shirt I wore yesterday? How dare I, Josh? Well, if you smell like peaches. Woo, I smell good, ladies. My wife's back in town, so it's too late for you, too late. You had me all by yourself last weekend, but you blew it. And $400,000 in VTI, all right? And that's what we do. So we take the barbell. So we need $400,000 for the next 4 years, 4 years cash, and we just divide up like that. It's actually quite simple. So if the VTI goes down, we pull our money from cash. If VTI goes up, we pull our money from VTI. It's literally just that simple. And I can hear you saying a mile away, Josh, they're taking out $100,000 a year for the next 4 years. You know, that's going to be because he's 61 now, so you need it for 62, 63, 64, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. And then when Social Security kicks in, they only need $23,000 at that point. All right, $23,000 at that point. I just got black permanent stain on my fingers. How dare I? I wonder if that'll come out. Anyway, so they're taking $100,000. What's got to be 12.5%? It's 1 divided by 8. 1 divided by 8. Yeah, 12.5%. I'm so smart. That's what I said. So we're taking a 12.5%, and this not quite 100,000. It's about 92,000 bucks. But anyway, and they only really need 350,000 in this side. But I'm just using this to show you. Anyway, so at that stage, if they're still spending $100,000 when they're 65, they got $77,000 come from Social Security. They still need $23,000. All right. So for just simplicity, let's just say the market doesn't grow at all. All right, goes down, goes up, anything. The only thing they have left is $400,000 bucks. All right, at this stage right here, $23,000 is what they need. $400,000 bucks is all they have left. We take my trusty phone because I don't have my calculator down here. We take my trusty phone. We go 23,000 divided by 400. That's a 5.75% distribution amount. Josh, that's too much. That's too much. Well, guess what this $100,000 consists of? Guess what? A big fat mortgage. About $3,000. Well, the mortgage itself is about $2,200 a month. On top of that, it consists of a $20,000 per year entertainment expenditures. You know, going on selling the seeds of cheese and whatnot. So once the mortgage is paid off, that's going to save them $24,000 a year. Once, you know, he gets a little bit older, I mean, his dad died young, his brother died young, all that, you know, he's probably not going to do sailing the seas of cheese anymore. They're just not. But we want to make sure they do it now. So you could say that 5.75 distribution amount is too high. Yeah, you might be right. Well, you might be wrong, especially if the mortgage gets paid off too. And worst case scenario, the worst case scenario, they're still living on $77,000 a year. Oh, by the way, they got $800,000 or something like that of equity in their home. And when the mortgage is paid off, they'll have $900,000 equity. I can't remember exactly how much the mortgage is, but they got crap load of equity. That's it. It's a friggin' thing of beauty, dude. Whoever invented the barbell should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, that's right. That'd be me. You know, no matter what Chris Barfield says, even though he writes about it better than I do, the barbell, cash, VTI. So if the VTI goes down, you're worried about dipping into your portfolio, don't, because you got the cash. And when I say cash, again, short-term CDs, short-term bonds, or not, it doesn't have to be short-term CDs, ladder CDs, short-term bonds, money market accounts, G fund and the TSP, and VTI here. That's what we do. Oh, by the way, part of the $100,000 is paying for, was it $1,000 a month for health insurance, because he does have health insurance through his utility company that he retired from. But I said, look, man, you could also qualify for Obamacare premium credits. You see what I'm saying? Because basically a household of two people, all right, 400% above federal poverty limit is like $85,000. So if we get our tax or AG or MAGI, but they don't have any municipal bond interest or anything like that. So if we get our pre-tax income, pre-standard deduction income, our top line, all right, before we take our standard deduction, below $50,000 a year, and guess what? You're going to qualify for those Obamacare premiums, which will reduce that as well. Many different ways to reduce this, by the way. You reduce your spending. On top of that, if we throw a guardrail in there and say, just don't take that vacation. Don't sail the seas of cheese if the market falls pretty significantly. They can do that too. Point being is we're not even assuming that they're going to take Obamacare, and they should. So one of the things we're doing is we're trying to build up a little bit more cash, because they got about 100 of that $800,000, about 120,000 is in a brokerage account in cash. I said, sell before you quit your job, take $100,000 out of there, just pay the tax on it and put it into cash. That way you can get that money into cash so you can qualify for Obamacare, if that makes sense. Do it in the most tax effective way, but don't do it when you're making the most money you ever had, but do it certainly next year when he will be on his health insurance through his employer as a retiree. And I said, the following year, you want to look, while you're looking, you can look at Obamacare compared to your current company. And if Obamacare has good service for you and good benefits and providers, you might want to do that. And you get an extra $100,000 in cash, you'll be able to qualify for significant Obamacare tax credits, which would reduce this right here as well. And we didn't even talk about reverse mortgages or anything. We didn't, because we didn't need to. We're just sitting there thinking, again, these numbers are a little bit higher than what we're actually using. Look at me, I'm Shohan Ohtani. Scanlon, whack, strike three, bunt, strike three. This is what I do when I used to play baseball. Bunt, pop up right to the pitcher, Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson saw me. He just freaking said, Scanlon, I'm beaning you. Ooh, Bucky Dent. All right. Anyway, God bless. Love your thoughts. We'll see you guys. Smash that like button.